Essays tend to have a basic organization that you need to be sure you're familiar with, not only for this class, but for the rest of your college career. You've probably heard some of these key terms before, but college writing takes these concepts to a new level. Essays have three major parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. The first part of the essay is the introduction, which helps guide the reader into the topic. The introduction usually defines the topic, lets the reader know why the topic is interesting or important, and leads into your main point of the essay. The introduction typically ends with the thesis statement, which is your central argument or claim for the entire essay. A side note here, a lot of students feel overwhelmed by writing their introduction, but remember, while the introduction comes first in the finished essay, you don't have to actually write your introduction first. In fact, you can write it last if you want to. I often do, so that I know what topic I'm defining or what thesis statement I am leading into. That said, I do recommend having an idea of what you're writing about, or a general thesis statement, early on in the writing process. You can always change your thesis statement as you go along and develop new ideas about your topic. But let's move on. The next part of the essay is called the body. This is all the paragraphs between the introduction and the conclusion that are used to prove your argument. Each body paragraph starts with a topic sentence that explains the main point of the paragraph and also makes a claim. The topic sentence should be clear and direct. The rest of the paragraph tends to be filled with evidence and reasoning to support that topic sentence and connect it to the thesis statement, which makes the main claim of the essay. Another side note here. You may have heard that you should always have 3 body paragraphs, but that is rarely true. You need as many body paragraphs as your thesis or topic calls for, but all of them should work to support your thesis statement. That means you might have 2 body paragraphs, or 3, or 15, or 26. It really just depends on how much support your topic needs. But let's move on. The final part of your essay is your conclusion, which is typically about a paragraph long. This is where you restate your main claim, but that's only one part of what a good conclusion does. A good conclusion also answers these questions: so what, and who cares? In other words, you just spent a really long time talking about, say, why GGC is the best college to attend. But now that we've reached your conclusion, what should your reader do with that information? What action should they take, or what do you want them to do next? What's the whole point of what you just wrote? Keep these questions in mind when writing a conclusion. Again, remember that you don't have to write your essay in the order that it will appear on the page when it's done. Your writing will very likely get a little messy. Writing is a way to learn about a topic. The more you write about a topic and the more you sort out your ideas, the more likely you are to want to go back and change or rewrite paragraphs. That's totally normal. But do remember that a finished essay will have all of these major parts.